Welcome to Hustle Nation. Today, we're counting down the top 10 deadliest man-made disasters in history. These tragedies have left an indelible mark on humanity, reminding us of the devastating consequences of human error, negligence, and ambition. Let's dive into these historical events and understand their impact. Number 10. The Chernobyl Disaster, 1986. On April 26, 1986, the world witnessed the worst nuclear disaster in history at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine, then part of the Soviet Union. During a late-night safety test, a sudden power surge led to explosions in Reactor 4, releasing a massive amount of radioactive materials into the atmosphere. The explosion and subsequent fires released at least 5% of the radioactive reactor core into the environment, contaminating a large part of Europe. 31 plant workers and firefighters died in the immediate aftermath, many from acute radiation sickness. The long-term effects are even more severe, with estimates of cancer-related deaths ranging from 4,000 to up to 93,000 over time. The exclusion zone around Chernobyl remains uninhabitable to this day, serving as a grim reminder of nuclear power's potential dangers. Number 9. The Bhopal gas tragedy, 1984. In the early hours of December 3, 1984, a catastrophic gas leak occurred at the Union Carbide India Limited pesticide plant in Bhopal, India. Water entered a tank containing methyl isocyanate, MIC, triggering a violent chemical reaction. The resulting gas cloud spread over the densely populated areas surrounding the plant. An estimated 500,000 people were exposed to the toxic gas. The immediate death toll was around 2,000, but the numbers soared to over 20,000 in the subsequent weeks and years due to long-term health complications like respiratory problems, blindness, and other severe ailments. This tragedy highlighted severe safety lapses and the lack of adequate emergency response mechanisms. Number 8. The Halifax Explosion, 1917. On December 6, 1917, one of the largest non-nuclear explosions ever occurred in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. The French cargo ship SS Mont Blanc, carrying explosives, collided with the Norwegian vessel SS Imo in the Halifax harbor. A fire on the Mont Blanc triggered a massive explosion, equivalent to roughly 2.9 kilotons of TNT. The explosion killed approximately 2,000 people and injured around 9,000. The blast wave obliterated buildings, shattered windows miles away, and triggered a tsunami that washed up debris. The Halifax explosion remains a key study in the impact of industrial accidents on urban areas. Number 7. The Rana Plaza Collapse, 2013. On April 24, 2013, the Rana Plaza building, housing several garment factories in Dhaka, Bangladesh, collapsed. The building, which had been constructed with substandard materials and without proper permits, showed visible cracks the day before the collapse. Despite warnings, factory owners forced workers to return to their jobs. The collapse resulted in the deaths of over 1,100 workers and injured more than 2,500. This disaster drew global attention to the appalling working conditions and lack of safety regulations in the garment industry. It sparked international outrage and led to calls for reforms in factory safety standards. Number 6. The Bang Kiao Dam Failure, 1975. In August 1975, the Bang Kiao Dam in China's Henan province failed due to Typhoon Nina, leading to one of the deadliest dam failures in history. The dam, built during the Great Leap Forward, was not designed to withstand such a massive storm. The collapse unleashed 15.738 billion cubic meters of water, creating waves up to 10 meters high. The resulting flood affected an area of about 12,000 square kilometers, killing an estimated 171,000 people and displacing millions. The disaster also caused a humanitarian crisis with outbreaks of diseases and severe food shortages. It remains a somber example of the consequences of inadequate infrastructure planning and maintenance. Number 5. The Deepwater Horizon Oil Spill, 2010. The Deepwater Horizon oil rig, operated by BP, suffered a catastrophic blowout on April 20, 2010, in the Gulf of Mexico. The explosion killed 11 workers and caused a massive oil spill that continued for 87 days, releasing an estimated 4.9 million barrels of oil into the ocean. This disaster caused extensive environmental damage, killing marine life, contaminating beaches, and affecting the livelihoods of local communities dependent on fishing and tourism. It highlighted the risks associated with deepwater drilling and the need for stricter safety regulations in the oil industry. Number 4. The Great Smog of London, 1952. In December 1952, London experienced a severe air pollution event known as the Great Smog. A combination of cold weather, windless conditions, and the widespread use of coal for heating led to a thick layer of smog enveloping the city for 5 days. The smog reduced visibility to a few meters and caused widespread respiratory problems. An estimated 12,000 people died due to respiratory illnesses and infections exacerbated by the polluted air. The Great Smog prompted significant changes in environmental policies, leading to the Clean Air Act of 1956. Number 3. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster, 2011. On March 11, 2011, a magnitude 9.0 earthquake struck off the coast of Japan, triggering a massive tsunami. The tsunami overwhelmed the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant's protective barriers, leading to a series of equipment failures, nuclear meltdowns, and releases of radioactive materials. The disaster forced the evacuation of 154,000 residents and contaminated a large area with radiation. The cleanup and decommissioning of the plant are ongoing, with full remediation expected to take decades. The Fukushima disaster raised global awareness about the risks of nuclear energy and the importance of robust safety measures. Number 2. The Johnstown Flood, 1889. On May 31, 1889, after several days of heavy rainfall, the South Fork Dam near Johnstown, Pennsylvania, failed. The dam, poorly maintained and with design flaws, unleashed 20 million tons of water down the Conemaugh Valley. The floodwater traveled at 40 miles per hour, reaching Johnstown within minutes. The disaster resulted in over 2,200 deaths and caused extensive property damage. The Johnstown flood highlighted the need for improved dam safety standards and emergency response planning. The event remains one of the deadliest floods in U.S. history. Number 1. The Spanish flu pandemic, 1918-1919. Although not a single event, the Spanish flu pandemic was exacerbated by World War I conditions and the global movement of troops. The H1N1 influenza virus spread rapidly, infecting 1/3 of the world's population and causing the deaths of an estimated 50 million people. The pandemic overwhelmed healthcare systems, and many communities implemented quarantines and other measures to control its spread. The Spanish flu had a profound impact on public health policies and the development of modern epidemiology. These man-made disasters serve as somber reminders of the potential consequences of human activity. They underscore the importance of safety, regulation, and respect for our environment. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And remember, learning from history helps us build a better future.